Hello and welcome to Daily Dose Radio, a 5-minute-a-day podcast studying the Psalms verse by verse, recorded here in the dining room of the Bible Bistro, located in Sharonville, Ohio. Hey there friends, welcome back to Daily Dose Radio here in the Bible Bistro. The Bible Bistro is the place, your place, for fresh and organic Bible study. Daily Dose Radio is just one of those podcasts that just treats the Bible like it's true. Today we're looking at a fresh section of Scripture, Psalm 12. Of course, that's what we do here, 5 minutes a day, 5 days a week, studying the Psalms, verse by verse. That's Daily Dose Radio. Psalm 12 all this week, today just verse 1. Psalm 12 is a very interesting psalm. It kind of goes along with Psalm 10 and Psalm 11. Psalm 10 talked about the wicked, but it also treated the problem of evil. Psalm 11 also treated the problem of evil in the world. And then again here in verse 1, we are again confronting this idea of the problem of evil in the world. And we have in Psalm 12 a comparison between the speech of the wicked and the speech of the Lord, or the words of the wicked and the words of the Lord. And so we have this prayer that begins Psalm 12. But before we get to the prayer, and before I read Psalm 12 verse 1, let me notice also the introduction here. The introduction is of the choir master on Sheminith, a psalm of David. So this is another Davidic psalm. And you'll notice that it's also of the choir master. So we have him again. He's still doing his job. And this time he says, well, why don't we play this on the Sheminith? Don't know what that is, though. Could be a tune name. Could be an instrument name. Could be a tune name meaning the eighth. So maybe the eighth beat, or maybe there's a tune called the eighth that has a 6/8 rhythm or something like that. It's also could be an instrument. It could be an 8-stringed instrument. So Sheminith gives us the idea that it's the eighth of something. Of course, we know that octaves come in eighths, and so maybe it's the Sheminith is a certain octave on the scale for the Hebrew poet. Don't know what it means, but it's very interesting. It has led several medieval and primitive commentators to write about the eighth day. You know, there's only 7 days in a week, but the eighth day is the day of eternity. It's the day of eternal rest. It's the day of great rejoicing. And so because this recommends or suggests the 7 days of life in the first 4 verses, and the second half suggests the eighth day, then the Lord makes all things right, wipes away every tear, demonstrates resurrection and his power and so forth. So that could be as well, but that's what we have here in the introduction. Let me read for you verse 1. Save, O Lord, for the saint comes to an end. Oh, I was going to read this from the King James. It's not my translation. Help, Lord, for the godly man ceases, for the faithful fail from among the children of men. John Mason Neal has, help me, Lord, for there is not one godly man left, for the faithful are minished from among the children of men. So you'll notice that all of those translations are similar, except for that one phrase, I have vanished in my translation. The King James has failed, and Neal has minished. So we get the idea with those various translations of what this is about. The sons of men, the faithful among the sons of men, have declined to a point where they're really no longer there. It's not that they're completely gone, but it just seems like they're gone. And I'm sure that the psalmist, when he writes this, feels like everybody has abandoned faith. And maybe we feel like that today, like everyone has abandoned faith. So we're going to find an answer to that later on in the psalm. So we'll find the answer to this prayer later in the psalm. So I hope that you'll join me again tomorrow for more here in Psalm 12 on Daily Dose Radio. Thanks for listening to Daily Dose Radio. For more fresh and delicious Bible studies, podcasts, books, and more, check out the Bible Bistro online and on YouTube. Join me again next time for Daily Dose Radio.